stop to fucking cut right now. You should not be cutting. You should not try to lose weight right now if you're a beginner in the gym. If you're watching this video, I guarantee you that you're not, when you say you're fat, you're not extremely overweight fat. You're more, this is what the term called skinny fat. Skinny fat means that you have a bit of body fat around here on your body, but you have no muscle mass really you have no muscle mass built on it. So what would happen if you were skinny fat and then you would just go into a caloric deficit because maybe you want abs or whatever. It's most the reason why skinny fat people want to usually just cut down before they manage to build muscle, because they want to just see their abs or something. You'll just look more skinny and look like a fucking stick. You'll look like a little stick, and you'll look worse than before you were starting to cut down, because you have no muscle mass at all. And this is what's gonna make it, in general, essentially a lot worse, because once again, you don't have muscle mass to support it really, and it'll be a very failed thing that you will usually have done to it. So what instead you have to do in order to, and not when you're skinny, in general when you're skinny fat, a lot of people tend to be very skinny fat. I used to be pretty skinny fat, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video and you're new, you've probably been skinny fat as well. What instead you have to do is start bulking and trying to gain weight. You have to gain weight, and you have to in general, gaining weight is the most essential thing you have to do right now. You have to make sure that you're gaining muscle mass on you. So make sure to bulk, and it's a lot easier also because when you have food, you have the energy to build muscle. But also if you generally also have body fat also on you, it creates a huge advantage in wanting to build muscle because you already have energy stored, and you can then just start using it on your body in order to build muscle, which will make your process a lot easier compared to someone who's in the start just skinny, who actually has to eat a lot of food and eat in a calorie surplus in order to build energy stores in your muscle. But the good thing when you also have a bit of fat already is that it becomes a lot easier just transferring a lot of that fat and just putting it into all of the energy you already have, and now it just transfers it to be used in general. But what's important when you're bulking is don't start with your fucking little mind just thinking that you can now eat whatever you want. You have to still eat a very good diet, and you should eat a very good clean diet and lean bulk, meaning that you eat in a calorie surplus but with good food sources and not shit food sources from like fast food restaurants. And if you want to know a bit more about dirty bulking, I'll leave a video card up here, and you can watch it after this video. But in general, you should not consume any shit on your bulk, and try to avoid it as much as possible. In general, you should eat real food. You should eat whole foods, and if you want some good advice on whole foods, I can also link a card up here, and you can watch that video as well after this, and you can see a bit on good foods that you can eat, some examples of good foods you can eat on a bulk, or sometimes even on a caloric deficit as well if you want to cut or something. But if you're most of the time, it's good foods for bulking. But when in a lean bulk, yes, some fat will be built, but once again, which is I've told before, but not excessive amounts of fat that's built when doing a dirty bulk. On dirty bulks, you build excessive amounts of fat. Some fat will be built on a lean bulk, but most of it will just be transferred into the muscles instead, and you will not even most of the fat will just be turned into muscle mass in general. So it does not really matter if you have some if you gain some fat on a lean bulk, because most of it just goes away and just gets transferred into the muscles instead, and it makes it a lot better. If you appreciate this content which I make, I'd recommend you to subscribe to my channel in order to see future content that I make.